Hey guys, and welcome back. I've been MIA for a while now, as most of you know. I've been gone for a good 2 months. That was my last upload. What was it? Naruto versus Boruto. And I honestly have no excuse for it. I've just been having awful time management. Um, Not losing the passion for YouTube, but just forgetting that I need to stay up to date with my channel, and that's something that I'm going to strive to do in the future and then in the coming weeks because I want to be back on my grind again, and I want us to get bigger as a channel and bigger as a community. Got to grow this anime channel as much as I can, and I'm fully dedicated to you guys. All I have now is I graduated, so all I have now is I just work. So I definitely need to make you guys a priority once again. But other than that, we're gonna get right into it. Sorry for the inconvenience of me being gone, but this is gonna be the Promised Neverland review. I finished this anime maybe 2-3 weeks ago. After I've been repeatedly told to watch it and watch it. This anime is only 13 episodes, I believe 12 or 13 episodes, so it's fairly easy. I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on it, and yeah, let's get started. Now, if you're wondering why the transition was so long, it's because the OP for Neverland is straight heat. I stretched out the transition to about 12 seconds just to get like that taste. It's not the original opening, but you can kind of get the sense. And I just think the opening is so good for a new anime. You know, some animes like start off and their openings aren't as good, but I feel like Neverland definitely nailed it with theirs. Anyways, Neverland's story is about three best friends named Emma, Norman, and Ray, and they all live in an orphanage together. They're essentially the big siblings in their house. They're the oldest and they're the smartest. The house is run by one mother, which they call the caretaker or ma or whatever. And she takes care of around 30 plus children and nurtures them for an inevitable death. After the three main characters discover the hidden motive of the place, they all come together and try to escape. So, the inevitable death is the mother will nurture the children and she makes them take tests. Oh, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. She makes them take tests. Norman, Emma, and Ray have been there. They've always been the highest graded test takers, and that is why they've stuck around for so long. I think the maximum you can stay there, the maximum age you can stay there is 12. It's either 12 or 13. And Norman, Ray, and Emma are all the same age. They're all 11 or 12, and they're getting shipping dates, which shipping dates means they're getting shipped out to what is referred to as the demons in the outer world. No one has ever touched the outer world. None of the children have ever touched the outer world. They've always been in a house their entire lives, so they don't know what is on the outside world. They think they're just orphans, and they think whenever they get sent out, they're getting sent to a family. But they all started to think, they're like, oh, well, some of our brothers and sisters from before, they got sent out and they never sent us mail, and they never reached out, they never visited. And it's because these demons, these houses are essentially farms for children, and the demons eat the children, which is a fucked up concept of a show, but it works so well. And they discovered that first episode, Emma and Norman were like, oh, they said they were going to send out this little girl named Connie, because if you have bad test scores, I think those are the ones that they send out first. And if you have good test scores, they wait till you're, older age, and then they send you out, so your maximum potential, I don't know how the fuck it works. This little girl named Connie was about to get sent out, and then they're like, oh, Connie, you forgot your bunny. They go to give her a bunny, and then they just see a fucking big ass demon, and they're hiding, and that's when they discovered it. I think the concept of this show is amazing. The story is perfect. The characters are so likable. Emma, I hated her at the beginning. She was so eager and so like bushy tailed and ready to go, but you start to like it more and more as the anime continues to develop. Norman is by far my favorite character. Norman and Ray are my favorite characters. Norman is just so leisurely smart without even trying, and does what's best for the group, and it just makes you fall in love with him, as well as Ray. Ray actually turns out to be the spy for the caretaker or the mother, and he's still like, I'm her spy, but I'm with you guys. And it just, every part of this anime takes a wild turn that you do not expect. It's something that I really do like. I've never watched an anime like this before. I just feel like it all came together so perfectly. Norman is supposedly, spoiler alert, dead, but as season 2 comes around, I do believe that they're gonna bring him back, because there's no reason for Norman to die randomly. Like, there's no reason he should have died, and there's no reason that he should have not been alive. Like, he should have been still alive. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, as far as story, I give it a 10 out of 10. It was amazing. Now, I know I talked about characters a little bit before, but now I'm going to try to go more in depth. Starting with Emma. As I said, I disliked her in the beginning because she was really stubborn. She wasn't really willing to sacrifice for the better of the main three, in which Ray recommended leaving everyone else behind, with an exception to Gilda and Dawn, because he felt that the little kids would drag us behind, and he's like, if you're going to escape, you can't take them with you. You can take 2 others, Gilda and Dawn, he suggested, because they already knew about the plan, and they're older, but they're not as smart as the 3, but they're older in a sense, so they can also help, and it'll be more of an advantage than a disadvantage if they brought them two along. But as the show progresses, you can see that there's a reason behind everything Emma does, and she makes a tough decision to leave the young ones behind with the knowledge to escape in 2 years, where she will make a return. That's when she told Phil, I can't take everyone, but this is what's going on. Do you think you can stay behind? And he's like, oh, hell yeah. And there's like a whole bunch of memes of Phil being the GOAT of all anime characters, and Phil in 2 years, what is he, like 5 now? He's gonna be like 7. He's gonna be a force to reckon with. Norman, I've loved Norman since the very first episode. He's a very caring character who, in my eyes, is the smartest out of the 3 by far. He's so nonchalantly smart. It's like insane. He's not really athletic, but his brains outwits every other character whenever they play tag, and sometimes it just seems like he's not even trying. I think it might have been the 2nd or 3rd episode when they were testing running in groups and stuff. He was hiding. Him, Emma, and Ray are just like elite. They cannot be caught, and he just does. It's not like he's athletic and he runs fast. He just knows exactly what to do, and he's just so smart. The love he has for Ray and Emma is heartwarming, and he even sacrifices himself to save everyone. Quote unquote sacrifices. Me, as well as a lot of people, don't really believe he's dead. They didn't show his death for some unknown reason, and even though they showed his ghost, in my eyes, it really wasn't enough evidence to declare him dead. And if he is dead, then I hate the writers. Ray is one of the hardest characters to read in the entire show. At first you think Ray is just a quiet, smart kid who just chills with his homies, but then he turns out to be a spy and the literal child of the mother, the only child she has. Then you don't know whether you can trust him, since he's been lying to his best friends the entire time, like their whole entire lives he's been lying to them. But in the end, he's eventually on their side, and he's the major reason why they escaped in the first place, because he knew about the trackers and he knew about everything that was going on in the house to begin with. Love his character, and I hope to see more of him being a badass in season 2. And hopefully this time he doesn't try to set himself on fire. What I'm wanting to see more of in season 2 is, 1, this is pretty obvious, the resurrection of Norman. Then more demon screen time. We really rarely see them, and just to have a little example of what they look like would be actually kind of cool. Maybe an actual death scene would satisfy some viewers as well, because we haven't really seen one. We seen, what was her name, Crone. We seen her die, but we didn't really see like an actual death scene. Like it would just be cool to see more of the demons. An insight on the other houses. We know there are more houses than the one that they're at, So maybe an episode just dedicated to the initial escape of Emma and Ray and all the other kids in another house's point of view. Like, so when the alarms go off and it's just locked down, maybe we can see the other houses reacting to them escaping, how the other houses function. Maybe they are different. Lastly, this one's kind of a stretch, but maybe Ray and Emma try fighting one of the demons and we get like a dope ass fight scene, even though they're going to be severely at a disadvantage. Obviously, like, they somehow managed to win. I just feel like that would be so cool to have a fighting scene. I know this isn't really a fighting anime, but just to have, you know, some action in there, just to see like what they could do with the writing and how they would make Ray and Emma win. That would be pretty dope in my opinion. Let's go to the final verdict. My final verdict, I 100% recommend this anime. It's very short. It's only 12 episodes, so you can fly through it in one sitting if you really wanted to. Season 2 comes out sometime in 2020, so there's definitely still time to finish it before the new season comes around. I personally think it's the best anime to come out in 2019. So far, there's still more anime coming out, especially Boku no Hero coming out in November. I'm still on that. And the hype is rightfully deserved. This anime has been everywhere. It rightfully so. It's a very good anime if you're into dark anime. This is only about like the second or third dark anime I've ever watched, and I really did enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for bearing with me for these absence of 2 months. I'm gonna be back on my stuff. I'm gonna be uploading hopefully once or twice every 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to keep it like that. And if I fall off, I'll always come back to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you watch the rest of my videos on anime. Yeah, have a great day.